Torano, Excess Gold, 1959. Hey everybody, I'm okay, and this is a Cigar Vlog. So I've never actually quite figured out how to say this name. Torano, Torano, tore up from the floor up. Point is, I've not exactly had the best experience with these. This one seems to be a little bit more on the higher end side. Seems to have a nice big double cap, no huge defects anywhere. A couple of veins, not anything really massive. Overall though, nice little box press that hopefully should end up smoking halfway decently. By the way, it is like stupidly windy out here, so if all of a sudden it sounds like a hurricane, yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway. Camera, why do you like to focus on the grass? Just something about that tall grass that the focus just loves to death. I have yet to figure out why. Nice thing about torch lighters, you can light them up in a hurricane. Speaking of hurricanes, like I said, it is stupidly windy out here. Not a whole lot I can do about that, unfortunately. But I do have a couple of spots I know where I can stand where it's hopefully a little bit more audible. Well, I'm a little more audible. Got a little crumbs off the cut there. Otherwise, kind of almost punch-like profile. A little sweet, not a whole lot of spice. I want to say a little cedary note. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find some place that's a little less windy. Get this down to about the first inch. Okay, so slightly less wind and solid inch in. So far I've been noticing a little bit of a pepperiness. Overall though, I've been having too much wind in my face to focus on the flavor. Here it goes. Nice big old gust. I do hope I'm still audible. Anyway. This one seems to be kind of trying to mimic the punch flavor profile, so it's a little sweet, a little spicy, maybe a touch of cedar, a little earthiness. I guess the spiciness is really not very present. There's a little bit, but it's real mellow. So far this is not turning out too bad, although the last Torano, how the hell you say that? Torano. I was debating if I wanted to make a joke on that or not. I'm not going to. I'm just going with Toronto. Yeah, it's the Toronto cigar. That'll work. I mean, the last Toronto I had some very peculiar burn issues to the point where it started like flaking in like this weird, almost like hexagonal pattern. It was very strange. This, unfortunately, is not doing that. Did I say fortunately? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this down about the halfway point. Hopefully, it'll actually not get blown out by the obnoxious level of wind. Hopefully I will still actually be audible over the dull roar of moving air. And yeah, I'll give you an update from there. Okay, so this is a pretty good halfway point. Not to mention the ash just kind of caught the wind and whoom, took off to Kansas. I'm looking at the back of my phone. I think I have dropped this thing a few too many times. Next one I get, I'm going to have to remember to get one of those rubber bouncy cases. Whoops. Anyway, flavors have actually been not too bad. The smoking experience has actually been pretty good too. So this is by and large dramatically better than the last Toronto I had, which ended up flaking apart very strangely, as I said previously. Anyway, flavors are kind of like a muted punch. There's kind of a sweet, slightly peppery spiciness. A little sweetness that builds to it. Clean tobacco. Slight earthiness to it. Maybe a little cedar. Overall, not bad. I will say this though, the retrohale is freaking weird. You get a touch of sweet, a little bready, and this weird, I don't know where the hell it's coming from, but this weird aroma of chalk. Like you're in school, they got an old school blackboard, they just wipe it off and just take the erasers, just like right in your face. That's that smell. If anybody's ever smelled that smell, you know it, and you grew to hate that smell. Anyway, so far I've noticed a slight bitterness as well in the main mouth flavor, so I can definitely recommend a good dark ale with this. Of course, if you want, you can drink with a strawberry milkshake. I don't care. You do you. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the nub here and see if anything changes, wakes up, or does anything different. Good thing I was going to say something else, but I forgot what I was going to say. Well, anyway, I'll get back to the nub. Okie doke. Nice little gust of wind here, and hopefully I can actually get a word in edgewise. This is about where the nub is, and I'm pointing out that this is kind of where you want to end this, because this is getting to the point where flavor is starting to wash out and you're just going to get hot tobacco. That's pretty much every cigar. But yeah, so far flavors have actually been pretty consistent throughout, so not exactly, if you're into interesting cigars that change flavors halfway through, or you develop a new one, that's not this. If you like consistency, then that is definitely this. Flavors have been a little bit of a spiciness, a little bit earthy, a little sweet, kind of a little touch of woody cedar-ish, and every so often a little something just weird. And there's the retrohale, which has kind of like that sweet breadiness thing going on, with a weird chalk note, which is distracting, very distracting. Overall though, definitely better than the last Torano I had, and Toranos are kind of those weird cigars that are kind of hit and miss. Some of them are going to be okay, some of them are going to be just god-awful. But so far, this is one of the okay ones. Definitely recommend a good dark ale with this. Yeah, overall, not a bad little deal. If you can get these cheap, by all means give them a shot. But if you're suckered into paying triple digits, I'm kind of thinking they're probably not worth that much. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this. I don't have much else to say about it. If you like this review or any other review, and you can tolerate my tripping over my own tongue, by all means, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you had a different experience. Other than that, check out my Twitch stream. It's going to be Sunday to Friday night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Provided, of course, my software actually likes to function. Friday was kind of a bit of a mess. Anyway, that's hopefully I've managed to fix that. Well, that said, making sure there's not like a weird bicyclist coming up and turn off the shit at me. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this one. I'll see you next time.